Hey guys, it's Market Scraper. How's it going? So there's a few things in the market that's pretty interesting. There's a few different things lining up right now that I think we're going to see play out in the next few trading days. So let's jump right into it. And before we get into this video though, don't forget to put a smash down on that like button. It really helps out this content, helps other people see this video. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. It's free to do and I'd really appreciate it. Okay, so Palantir stock right here. This is a stock, full disclosure, that I've been buying in consistently, and I've been buying for quite some time now. And I think my average cost basis is around, I think it's a hair under $23 right now. So I am bag holding Palantir and I plan to add more to this position if we see lower prices. So if we can see here, there is something interesting going on here. I've been following this line here for a little while now. And I've been thinking, are we going to finally bounce off this line? Are we going to break through this line? And I think we're going to see something play out really soon. And the reason why I think we're going to see it play out really soon not only has to do with the price action that we're seeing right now. We're seeing many hits on this line here. We had this breakdown here, kind of a false breakdown to the downside. What does that mean? Are we actually going to break out to the upside now, or are we going to get ready to gap down below this line, which is very possible? And I'm not sure which way we're actually going to go in one direction or the other, but we're going to look at some other charts and look at some scenarios that I think might play out and then would kind of lead to some speculative conclusions. But let me just say that if we do break down to the downside and gap down, this is going to be a great opportunity that I'm going to look forward to and add more to Palantir. And if we break out to the upside, I'm going to be sitting pretty with my position and continue to sell covered calls. Now, what am I seeing in the broader market that can give us a clue of which way we might break out? So quickly looking at the S&P 500 ETF, this is giving us a clue of which direction we might go. So first of all, we had this pretty bullish break to the upside recently. And will this continue? Now, if we are breaking out, we had these basically higher lows, and this has been pretty bullish. So since we've been having higher lows, I kind of expect us to continue having higher highs. And not only that, I've been thinking for quite some time, way back over here, that we were going to hit 4,000 at some point. So we are almost at 4,000. We are 5 points below 4,000. Are we going to make it to 4,000? I think we're going to make it to 4,000. So that's my kind of bias. And this is not like, it's not going to happen. This is not financial advice. But I think we are going to go to 4,000. And what has to basically happen to make us go to 4,000? So if we were going to go to 4,000, and this is kind of a hypothetical scenario, we don't know if it's going to happen or not. But if we were, there's a few different things that have to play. We have these recovery stocks booming the stock market higher. Now, is tech going to jump in and support this rally, or is tech going to continuously go sideways, if not lower? Tech could potentially continue to go sideways, if not lower, if the rest of the market continues to go up, and if Apple and Amazon at least kind of stay stagnant and not go down. So what is happening with a few other stocks? If we look at Apple here, there's a few things that are going on with Apple, and it looks like we're going to break out soon. We're consolidating and getting a tighter consolidation here. It looks like we're winding up for a move to the upside or the downside. And one thing that I've been thinking that if we've been waiting here for so long, the 200-day moving average is eventually going to catch up to us, and we didn't necessarily have to go down to the 200-day moving average. Maybe we're waiting for it to come up to us. So we may hit this, but we may not. Maybe we break out sooner. So this is interesting, and whatever direction Apple goes, it's kind of my bias of all the rest of tech would kind of follow Apple is what I kind of think might happen. So I'm watching Apple closely to see which way we break out either to the upside or if we break out to the downside. So Apple is a stock that I've been paying close attention to. We also have Tesla. Tesla is right on this line right here, arguably below this line. And so this is kind of at a point where maybe Tesla's going to go see more downside, or maybe this was kind of the low for Tesla. This is something that we're going to watch. I'm not sure if this line, maybe this line is just not important anymore, and there's a different pattern that's playing out here. But Tesla's also one of those important stocks to look at. Tesla might show more of a bearish signal here, but then again, we have Apple that's showing more of a bullish signal here, that we're having this consolidation and maybe we're about to break out to the upside. Arguably, we were kind of rejected off of this 150-day moving average a little bit here. We didn't actually hit it exactly, so we'll see what happens here. Maybe we're waiting to gap above this 150-day moving average. Another stock to look at here is Hyliion. Hyliion is also in this interesting channel right here. We are in this descending wedge here, basically. And I'm thinking that this would be a bullish to breaking out to the upside. Now, the thing is here, though, is this would be pretty imminent whether we break out to the downside or whether we finally turn around and break out to the upside. I think in general, I would imagine Hyliion would break out to the upside, but Hyliion has been going constantly lower, so it wouldn't be so surprising if we actually break out down to the downside. Now, at the same time, we do have some catalysts coming out next this coming week here. We have Biden that's going to talk about the infrastructure bill, and that could impact kind of electric vehicle stocks, even potentially Hyliion, the infrastructure. So this could gain some strength. Even Tesla and other stocks as well could gain some strength if there's something mentioned in this package for them. In addition, more money into the system seems to be more bullish for stocks. So we have that as well. Now, going back to Palantir stock. So we've seen these other stocks and what is going to happen with Palantir stock. So if it is true that S&P 500 goes to 4K, if not higher than 4K, and it needs tech to push it through the finish line, maybe we start going to the upside. But again, the fact that we touched this line and kind of broke below it today, this is a warning though that we could be gapping below this. At the same time, if we look at these little moves that we have been making here, we kind of have this consolidation move to the downside, kind of a 4 candle move to the downside, some consolidation, a 4 candle move to the downside, and then again some consolidation. So this is the decision now whether we go another several candle move to the downside or whether we turn around here and not go below this line. I wouldn't be surprised again either way we go, but we do have some hypotheses of where the S&P 500 is going, where Apple might be going, and this is kind of leading us to some conclusions. On the chart itself, it looks pretty bearish to me, and it looks like we have more downside in store, but on the broader macroeconomic things that are going on here, I kind of think that we could go to the upside. So it's a mixed bag, and that's where we're at right now. And again, you guys know my strategy. If we go to the downside, I'll buy more. If we bounce up rapidly, I'll be watching my shares and my covered calls and selling the covered calls consistently. Well, I hope you guys got some value from this content. If you haven't already, smash that like button, subscribe to this channel for more content like this, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. And keep in mind that none of this is financial advice. This is just some random guy on YouTube drawing some stick figure lines on a chart talking to you guys.